With us now is Democratic Congressman from New York, Tom Suozzi. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us. Before we get into the Speaker's job, I want to talk about aid to Ukraine. You were just there. Why do you think this aid is so important?
The Ukrainians are desperate. They need our help right now. There were power plants destroyed last night. There are missiles coming in. They're running out of ammunition. As the Prime Minister of Japan said the other day, the United States is the indispensable nation. They need us right now. There are some people that are just sad and anxious and frustrated by the behavior of the United States of America. There are other people, including allies of ours, that are mad at us. We have got to help save Ukraine, beat back Vladimir Putin, and really do our job.
Given that you feel that way, when you see Republicans in the House of Representatives threaten the Speaker's job for merely discussing putting a bill on the floor to aid Ukraine, what's your reaction?
It's pathetic. It's irresponsible. It's immoral. We see that we said the Republicans, most of the Republicans want to support this bill. They want to support Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. They want to get the humanitarian aid. They want to get the military aid. They want to do it. It's a small group of jokesters that have to be stopped, who are parroting, according to very senior Republicans, are parroting Vladimir Putin's talk points. So we've got to show them that the emperor has no clothes. I will vote to keep Johnson as Speaker. Just do your job and put it on the floor, and let's get this thing done already.
So you will not support a motion to vacate. You would stand in the way of a Republican effort to basically oust him.
Absolutely. And I think other Democrats will as well if he puts Ukraine on the floor and doesn't put a bunch of extraneous stuff on the bill. I'm ready to do that. I said that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we got to forget about Democrat, Republican. This is serious. This is life and death. This is the future of democracy. People are counting on us all over the world. We have got to get out of this small, little, petty mindset and think about we have really important jobs to do, and we need to do them.
How do you think the Speaker feels about the fact that he may only be able to stay in his job because of the help of Democrats like you?
You know, I don't agree with Mike Johnson on a lot of things. I started with him in Congress. But the bottom line is I think he's a good person, and he wants to do the right thing. Now he's got to stand up and show us that that's the case. And he's got to stand up to these people that are parroting Putin's talk points. And get the support for Ukraine, get the support for Israel, get the support for the Indo-Pacific. Let's do our jobs. This is, like I said, very serious business.
Now, as we were coming to air, I had not seen that there is text of this legislation. In other words, Mike Johnson was talking about it for the last few days, but they haven't produced. Do you worry that maybe he's getting cold feet here?
I don't think he's going to get cold feet. I mean, I just can't imagine it. I think it's just too important. He knows how important this is. He knows how serious an issue it is. I'm concerned that we haven't seen the text, but it may be, maybe we're just going to do the Senate bill that was proposed in the first place and not do all these different machinations. We can't put a bunch of extraneous stuff in here. We've got to get this done as close to the Senate bill as possible. Now, they want to break it up into the 4 pieces to maybe get it so we don't have to go through suspension votes. I don't know if your viewers are aware, but, if you pass things out of the Rule Committee, then you just need a majority. If you don't go through the Rule Committee, you have to get a supermajority. So if it goes through the Rules Committee, then you just need a majority. If it doesn't go through the Rules Committee, you need 290 people. So I feel very confident that we can get the majority on each of these different issues. The supermajority, I think we can do it, but it's going to be much tougher.
Look, our viewers understand this kind of stuff. You'd be shocked how much they know about House rules. Congressman, I'm old enough to remember when you won a special election. I was standing in Carl Place. I think it was February 13th when it all happened. Is this what you signed up for when you wanted to get back to Congress?
I believe in public service, and I want to get things done, and I want to help people. And I think one of the most important things that we need to do right now is to get beyond this division, get beyond this petty partisan attacking, and remember why we got into politics in the first place, to actually help people. And I was really shocked when I got here how discouraged so many people are in Congress. They're just so, why'd you come back? It's so terrible. Well, this is a chance to change that. Let's turn the page. Let's work together across party lines and help people.
One of the things you ran on was immigration, and you had been critical of the White House for what it had not been able to do on the border. What has the White House done since you were sent back to Congress mid-February to make things better?
I think the president gave a very strong speech in the State of the Union. It's slipped off the front pages since then. I think it's going to come back on once we get through this crisis of this financial aid bill for our allies, Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. I'm going to keep on working with my colleagues to try and find a bipartisan solution to push this through. The Senate bill, which was endorsed by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, by the Wall Street Journal, by the president of the Border Patrol Union, who was a big Trumper, made a lot of sense. You can't get a more conservative, ethical, trustworthy, hardworking Republican senator than James Lankford. So you're not going to do better than that. So let's get together. Let's actually solve the problem and stop all the BS.
Congressman Tom Suozzi from New York, from Long Island, great to see you this morning. Thank you very much.